Hey vinyl community, it's Robert Fithin, and today I'd like to tell you all about 5 album artworks that I find truly offensive. Truly, not things that other people find offensive, or I'm going to give you the history of offensive album covers. These are 5 album or CD cover artworks that I absolutely find truly and offensive, for real. What is it to be offended? I looked it up just to make sure. It's basically being put off, angered, upset by something that attacks your values, morals, culture, personal makeup, beliefs, all of that stuff. So let's get started, shall we? Number 1. Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. Very offensive to me. This came out in 2002. And it's not so much the front cover that's offensive, it's the back cover, which I don't even have, because this is a real one. I'm talking about the 2002 Ozzy Osbourne Blizzard of Oz, where they took the bass and drum parts that Bob Daisley and Lee Kerslake had laid down and replaced them with new bass player and new drummer. And some new backing vocals too. However, on the back cover of the 2002 Blizzard of Oz CD release, it tells you none of this. In fact, it seems like it goes out of its way to mislead you into thinking that this is the original Blizzard of Oz album. It talks about how 20 years later, it still rocks. What still rocks? This isn't 20-year-old, it's a new album for 2002. It also gives the band lineup as the original band lineup. It doesn't tell you that they've been replaced. It just gives you the lineup. And it's obviously meant to be very misleading. Obviously Sharon Osbourne behind this, or maybe it's Ozzy. They go back and forth as to who's to blame. This was originally said that this replacing the bass and drums was for the fans, because they'd appreciate a fresh, new approach to Blizzard of Oz. Because if there's one thing hard rock and heavy metal fans love, it's a fresh approach. I mean, I think of heavy metal, the first word that comes into my mind is fresh. So yeah, very offensive. It's misleading. Misleading is offensive to me. It's absolutely misleading. It tells you nowhere that this is some new mix with new players on it until you buy it, of course, unwrap it, and then open up the booklet and see the inside. The outside, the back cover, extremely misleading, very offensive to me. Let's move on to number 2, where instead of just redoing the bass and drum parts, let's go ahead and redo the whole damn song. But again, not tell anybody about it. That's the case with the very best of ELO, Mr. Blue Sky, not to be confused with the very best of ELO All Around the World, because that's the one Sony released with the original hit songs that we all love. The very best of Electric Light Orchestra, Mr. Blue Sky, is actually just re-recordings done, I think around 2004, 2005, somewhere around there, by Jeff Lynne. They're all new, they're all not the versions you know and love, and they're basically just Jeff Lynne going back in the studio and redoing everything. Great, if you want to hear that, that's wonderful. Some people want to hear new redone versions, and this is the way I always wanted to do it, but the record company wouldn't allow me, all that nonsense. Some people love that, great. Put it on the cover. Let us know. Don't call it ELO if it's just Jeff Lynne. Don't act like this is the best of when it's not. It's new recordings. If you're so proud of that, if you think it's such a great project, why isn't that featured anywhere on the cover or the back cover? Misleading. Once again, very offensive. I want to know that when I'm buying something, that I'm buying the real deal, the real McCoy, not somebody's rework stuff, so they can get all the money, because isn't that what it's all about? When they redo the re-recordings, it's about getting all the money. Now, obviously, I'm picking on Electric Light Orchestra. They are not anywhere near the only offenders on this. A lot of it happens with the 50s and 60s oldies songs, or with 70s and 80s country songs. Redone versions, they sound like shit, and there's no indication whatsoever anywhere on the album or CD artwork that these are re-recordings. Trying purposely to mislead you. Offensive. Let's move on to the number 3 of album CD artwork that offends me. How about you go to the days of the early CDs when they were first out? They would cost like $14, $15 just for a catalog title. Now, okay, $14, $15, but this was 1985. $14, $15. So it's a little more expensive than it actually sounds. And I remember they had the long boxes and all that. You couldn't, it was like when you bought a CD back in those days, it was special. It was like, I love this release so much. I want to have what was basically thought of in those days as like the master recording. Oh my God, this is a CD. This is serious. This is in a plastic jewel case. This is like, oh wow, you don't even, I mean, 50, wow. I got Jimmy Buffett's Coconut Telegraph on CD. This is going to sound pristine. This is going to be like Jimmy Buffett's right in the room. Oh my God, it's a compact disc. Let's see, let's open it up. Oh. I'm sorry, I paid $15 in 1985 money for this. You couldn't even give me a back cover, MCA. You did this with pretty much all of your releases, MCA, like Tom Petty and Olivia Newton-John and The Who and Loretta Lynn and Buddy Holly and whoever in the world else is on MCA, B.B. King, God's sakes. They all came like this with just the front cover. Not even a back cover, no liner notes. Let's just put the titles in black and put a blank page. I love the ones that folded out into 4. They had ones that folded out again, all white. Like, what was the point of that? So yeah, this is, as a matter of fact, this is a list of people who are on MCA. The Mamas and Papas and New Edition and Glenn Fry. Yeah, no back cover there. And there were plenty of releases like that. And as far as vinyl records, MCA was also notorious for putting gold stamps on their album covers with the big catalog number on it, or for some reason, or putting a big Platinum Plus stamp on the front of like a Who album cover, ruining the artwork just so you could know, oh, by the way, this album made a bunch of money for MCA, just so you're aware. Kind of offensive to ruin an album cover with a bunch of stamps. Also offensive to make me pay top dollar back in the 80s for stuff like this, only to open it up and find that it's nothing but a miniature version of the front cover. What could be worse than that? Well, an even smaller version of the front cover, and that moves us on to number 4 of the album or CD artwork that's offensive to me. When they take this is strictly for CDs on this one. When they used to take, CBS did this. They had a thing called Collector's Choice or Collector's Corner or whatever. There was a series of CDs that were releases of albums that weren't like the best album by the artist. They were mostly stuff that people would get when they'd already had, when they wanted to deep dive a little more into the artist. Why do you need a Collector's Choice logo and shrink down the artwork even more than it already was? And I'm supposed to buy this? I never bought any of these because I always thought they were so ugly. Thankfully, they later got remastered and used the actual artwork. But why would you do that? The Paul McCartney, I think, 2000 or 2002, when he came out with the Paul McCartney collection the first time, when he remastered everything the first time, what the hell was that artwork? A big white, like the Beatles' White Album with a little thing in the corner. What was that? I never understood why they just screwed up with CD art cover. Just put the album art on there and be done with it. We don't need Collector's Choice. Like, anybody's going to see that and go, ooh, Collector's Choice. I'd better buy this. No, people would buy that if they already wanted it. And those people like myself would want the artwork the way that it's supposed to be. Okay. We've talked enough about that for a minute. I got one more left, but let's pause for a minute. I want to do a fun game. Okay, let's do a fun game. Let's have some fun with offended people, or people that are offended by offended people, which are my least favorite kind of people. The people that are always offended by offended people, and then the first offended people don't even exist. Okay, I'm going to hold up this Scorpions album. I'm going to do a little thumbnail here. Play a little game. I love this artwork, by the way. This is the Scorpions Love Drive. Big fan of the Scorpions, especially their 70s output. This is a Hypnosis cover. I love all of their covers, pretty much. This is kind of a funny one that could be considered offensive by some people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand here and look offended and make this the thumbnail. Because what offends me is when people leave comments based on a thumbnail or a title of the video and they don't even watch the video and they're already commenting on it. So let's see how many people comment on the fact that I thought that the Scorpions album was offensive when I didn't. And if you see them in the comments, be sure to comment with just like busted. Don't put anything else, just put busted. And we'll have them wonder what the hell's going on. That'll be the thumbnail. Okay, last one, number 5. Rolling Stones, 40 Licks. An example of when they come out with either on CD or vinyl, edits of songs, and they say nowhere on the track listing that this is an edited version. 40 Licks is just an example of many. There are many, 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 many like this, and it always used to piss me off when I would get a CD or an album, put the song on, and half the song's missing, or a minute of the song is missing. Who the hell wants single versions of Rolling Stones songs? Edits of Fool to Cry, Under Cover of the Night, It's Only Rock and Roll. I didn't even know there was an edit of It's Only Rock and Roll. Again, this is mentioned nowhere on the track listing that these are edits. Now, Misuse kind of a different situation because the single version of that is actually a re-recorded vocal track, so it's a totally different version. So I could see putting a single version on there. But again, let us know. Let us know which maybe I already had the single version. I want the album version, or vice versa. Let us know which versions these are. Well, old albums used to come out, they always had like the timeless. You know how long it is. Let us know. Stop putting edits of stuff like who the hell wants an edit of a Rolling Stones song? It's Aerosmith's greatest hits, like that too, where you get like Sweet Emotion starting like halfway through the song. Like anybody asked for that? And again, it says it nowhere on the track listing that these are edits. I hate that. Very offensive to me. It seems like it's misleading. And I don't know if they tried to fit 40 songs on the Rolling Stones one and that's why they're edits. It would be better called 39 licks with the real version. So I'm saying. Yeah, so there's just some album artwork, CD artwork that I'm offended by. 5 examples there. Really only 1, and then 4 examples of types of album CD artwork that I've always been offended by, always been put off by, always pissed off by. When you come home and you're like, foiled again. It's a little offensive. So is there any album artwork that offends you besides the Scorpions, Virgin Killer, and Blind Faith? Let me know in the comments. Again, don't forget to look in the comments for people who think I'm offended by the Scorpions' Love Drive and put busted under the comments. Don't you have to tell them what they're busted of, which basically they're busted of commenting on a video they didn't watch. They're commenting on a thumbnail. Hate that. Offensive. So yeah. Once again, thanks for watching. I'm Robert Fitton. Please subscribe if you haven't done that already. I'll continue to make videos that I hope you find informative or entertaining or amusing you like a clown. Please like the video, comment, and I will see you next time.